Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. And today I'll be reading Multi-Character Listener by me. So let's get into it. Kazuha. Kazuha did not seem like a jealous person when the two of you met. And to be honest, you really thought he was not the type to get jealous because he was calm demeanor. However, everyone got jealous. And even Kazuha, as calm as he is, was bound to get jealous as well. So that's why when he saw a guy flirting with you, he went over to you, crossing his arms and glaring at him. I suggest you get away from my girlfriend, if you want to be okay tonight, he threatened. And that's the only time I've seen him look so threatening and angry. And honestly, he thought it was adorable. Maybe any other day I would have been scared of it, but not when he was being so jealous and kind of possessive over you. It was rare to see him like that, and honestly, it was kind of hot. So you were not going to complain. Heizou. Heizou would make it pretty obvious that you were dating. And without doing anything too mean, he would make it very clear that they were not welcomed. However it was that they were making him jealous. And that's why he wraps an arm around your waist, kissing you softly and so sweetly, in public and in front of everyone, totally ignoring the blush on your cheeks, and the way you tell him that there are people looking. Because that's exactly what he wants. He wants them to look and wants them to know that you belong to him and that no one else could ever dream of taking you, his precious gem of love, away from his arms, no matter what happens in the universe. Albedo. Albedo, much like Hazel, would be a tease. However, when he needs to be clear and state his own intentions accordingly, he wouldn't mind. If someone's bothering him, they might as well just say it. He's not going to take it. So that's why he crosses his arms when he sees that man who's bothering him. And you. I would rather you stay away from my love, he said. Well, he blushed. He really did like calling you my love. He didn't know why. But it always made you so embarrassed. And not in a bad way. It was just something so personal between you two. And what are you gonna do? You're just an alchemist, the guy said, only to be slapped away so strongly that he fell to the ground. I would also much rather you do not mock me or my profession when you know nothing about alchemy yourself, Albedo said, picking you up in his arms and going away. He did not have any shits to give, and frankly, just seeing the guy laying on the ground was enough satisfaction for him. Venti. Venti would be very carefree, and it's so difficult for him to be jealous. But when he's jealous, he would be all smiles, even then, knowing exactly how to get on anyone's nerves. And that's why, when that guy's talking to you, bothering you, he wraps his arms around you gently, teasing you and making out with you in public. And perhaps that was not the best course of action, because not only is the guy disgusted by the way he is, but everyone ends up staring at you. And there are many, many rumors that circle around, and many things that are said. But Venti is very happy with it. I don't know what to really say about this. As for Venti, though, he's truly happy with what he did. Scaramouche. Scaramouche is really, really adorable. But when he's jealous, all of that goes away and disappears. And that's why I would advise you never to make him jealous. Because whoever has the misfortune of being the person he takes out his anger on, they most likely will not be able to be awake to say what happened. Yeah, you get what I'm hinting at. And in a much more mild circumstance, you will just hit them really hard. And they might not be able to walk for an entire month. So he really needs to get that rage of his under control. Otherwise, he might end up hurting a lot of people who really didn't do anything, considering how he easily gets so jealous. Tighnari, it's pretty hard to get a reaction out of him. However, he's really patient, and he will not take action until things get out of hand. And that's when he'll truly start being a little more possessive of you, touching you all as much as he can, and showing that other person their place. But if they don't get the hint, or they're making him really angry, then he will just go up to them and tell them to know their place and to stay far away from you, because if they continue bothering him, then he will teach them a lesson. And he's not joking, and everybody who's heard of Tighnari knows that too. So that's why no one likes to mess with him. Not even anyone who could be considered a friend. Xiao gets really jealous so easily. So what you will do in reaction to those people who make him really jealous will be to actually just tell them to piss off, because he can't take it. He doesn't want those people watching you and looking at you. And he already has a threatening aura, so it's not really hard for him to make them get away and never look your way again. Yeah, he loves you, and he knows you want some friends too, and for the most part, he will not mind unless he feels something's off. And most of the time, though, his feelings are right. So I don't really think you should judge him, especially when he really tries his best for you. And I promise you, he would not hurt anyone unless you deserve it, because he mostly is not keen on hurting others anyway. He truly would like to avoid that in the long run. Childe always worry that people might have bad intentions when they're talking with you, and that's why he easily gets so jealous. However, though, he will actually try to keep his own emotions in control, and for the most part leaves it to you. But if he knows things are getting out of hand and you need his assistance, then he certainly will put those skills to his use. However, when he cannot control himself, all it takes is just a look from his eyes. And the fact that he's a harbinger, he's feared by many, and not a lot of others will like to get on his bad side. So, no wonder everyone listens immediately. No one really wanted to get on his nerves or upset him, since he was such a feared warrior. And honestly, he would rather keep it that way. He doesn't really like it when people get too close. It kind of gets on his nerves. Cyno, being the general Mahamatra, already makes him scary as is. So it's not like he needs to go around and threaten people to be scared of him. All it takes is a look of displeasure, or just a warning, and they will immediately back off. And though he can get jealous a lot, because you keep telling him that he's scaring people too much. And as much as he hates some people getting close to you, he does not want to scare everyone away and make you upset. You should have friends too, aside from all the people he hates. And he might end up looking too scary. So, for the most part, he tries being really gentle when warding people off, if only for you, since he doesn't want you crying about him being too mean and making all your friends scared of you. That's also why he says a lot of jokes in front of them. But why don't they get them? He doesn't know. Well, one day one will land, for sure.